All right, everybody, welcome. It's Wednesday, March 26th, 2025. Let's go ahead and get into the analysis about 6 p.m. Eastern. What a day, what a reversal day. I thought we were going to continue to push higher. That's what makes trading so much fun. Guys, you use the analysis, you stack the odds in your favor, you use the intraday charts to tell you if levels are holding or breaking, and then you go with that as the market is developing through the day. This is what we're going to do in the live trading room. I cannot wait to launch that with you guys so you can see me in action. You can learn how I handle these types of days where, yeah, I go into the day with a bias, in this case, to the upside. I want to look to buy dips. But when you start to see these key support levels breaking down, that's when you flip the switch and you go with the breakdown of the levels. Sometimes those are some of the best days, you guys, when the bias is incorrect and you see the levels not holding ahead of time, and then you flip the switch and just hammer it in the other direction. So we're going to do a lot of that in the live day trading room. I can't wait. I'll show you some examples on my NASDAQ intraday chart here as we do the end of day analysis, and I'll show you what the intraday dynamic market levels for Vol Pro Edge were showing and telling us when these key levels were breaking down. And then you'll see how we're going to trade that together live in the room. I'm really hoping to be able to launch by Friday, doing my best, working with my programmer. He's trying to get the volume-based intraday charts ready for TradingView. It's amazing to me that TradingView doesn't have that built in natively. They don't, so we've got to construct synthetically our own volume and tick charts based on the Vol Pro Edge formulas, and it's a lot of work, you guys, but I'm doing everything I can. We're very close. We're in the final stages of testing, so I'll keep you posted. I'm hoping we can launch on my birthday this Friday, March 28th. If not, maybe it'll be a day or two or three after that, but we're getting very close. And guys, I can't wait to launch and just start trading live together and just have all this stuff behind me, all the programming behind me, all the business setting up the infrastructure behind me, and just get to brass tacks and start trading again. Although I've been trading a little bit, here while I've been setting up Vol Pro Edge, I wanted to keep my payout streak alive. So I've got, I think 9 or 10 months now straight of serious payouts with prop firms every single month. That's consistency. Topstep paid me already again from that payout I put in last night. Topstep paid me. They sent $3,500 today within 24 hours. Thank you, Topstep. So these last three payouts for about 92.90, that was the total, $9,290. That money came within 24 hours from Topstep. So thank you, you guys. Appreciate it, Topstep. Great firm there, and stoked to be trading with them. All right, you guys, let's jump into the analysis here, starting with the ES. Yeah, I mean, look, guys, this was a big reversal. It's obvious. I don't need to spell it out for you. Something happened today. This resistance now looks like it wants to be strong and looks like this failed weekly congestion entrance to the upside move. This is a failure now. We're probably going to want to be cycling back down here to at least 56.40. Maybe not over the next day or two, but certainly over the next week or so. We'll see where this weekly bar closes. We may end up just keep round tripping all the way back down here. That could certainly happen. Or we may bounce around a little, set up for next week. But the pressure is definitely now to the downside. And guys, these markets have not been easy to trade. So if you're taking losses, don't beat yourself up. I can't wait to show you how I handle these days in the live trading room. So you see that really every day is kind of the same. There's really no such thing as a difficult market or an easy market. It's just trading, coming in with your bias, coming in with your analysis, watching your levels, picking your spots carefully, being patient, being disciplined, and just doing that day in and day out, keeping notes, tracking progress. It's a lot of fun because you don't have days like, oh my God, that was a really hard trading day. I don't really think there's anything, there's no real hard trading day or easy trading day. They're all kind of the same. All right. And Andreas, I will fix the mic. I got your ideas about the settings. I appreciate that. I'm working on it. It's just not on the top of my priority right now. I know it's a bit crackly with OBS. We'll fix all that, guys. Don't worry. All right, let's get in the analysis here. Crack the neck. ES, big congestion entrance move down on the daily. The reason for that, of course, is because now we know that that was a false breakout. The weekly has denied congestion entrance up. We're pushing back down. I mean, look, we are at some temporary support here, but I think that's going to break now because that was resistance, broke, now back into it. Now it's support, but I think that support is going to be breaking. The daily certainly is telling us that's probably the case. So you've got a really good level to potentially short up here at 57.80. That'd be your first level. I would favor the short side. I mean, if we went through 57.80, your next really good level is right here at 58.10 ish. But I think 57.80 is looking like a pretty good level to go short there on ES. Or again, these are dynamic, right? So I don't know if price is going to get up there or not. That's why the live trading room, we get to monitor these things in real time. If we start to just dump, just look to short rallies on your way, probably down to 5,700. That dynamic market level right there, that Vol Pro Edge DML at 5,700 would probably be a good target for short. So that's what I'm going to be looking for on ES. Let's go ahead and jump over to NQ and probably got the same thing, but I'll give you the different levels. And we'll also look at the intraday charts today so I can show you what we will be doing together when we're monitoring the intraday charts. That's super, super important. All right, NASDAQ's already opening, dumping. I don't know what happened today, guys. Maybe you guys can tell me in the comment section. Did Trump, put some more tariffs on people, or did he up the antes? What's going on? I look at the charts. Charts tell me everything I need to know. NASDAQ, yeah, level number one to short is right here at the open, 20,100, because you can see we're breaking through those key levels. But if we get through there, the next level I'd be looking at for sure, 20,300. I mean, you got a ton of stuff stacked there, tons. So those would be my levels. I'd watch 20,100 here. That's where I'd be looking to short against, which we've already tested and pushing lower. Target would be down here at this dynamic market level right there at 19,837. But the point is that the energy is down. Okay, so don't be looking to buy the dips here. That was a big reversal today. Let's go ahead and look at the intraday charts so I can show you what I was talking about. All right, so you guys know that I like the 50,000 volume chart for the NASDAQ. The 10,000 is my lower time period. So here you can see, right, my level was 20,400. That was my first support level on the NASDAQ. I'm showing you guys this to show you how we respond to these levels. Even if you come into the day with a bias that's bullish, but then you see your key levels start breaking down, you flip the switch and you go the other direction. I'm gonna show you how we do that. So, and it doesn't mean we trade perfectly, guys, not at all. I take my losses. Sometimes I flip the switch and I'm wrong. And, it's not like trading is perfect, but generally speaking, when you've got a good approach, you've got a technical system like Vol Pro Edge that works, and you trade that edge every day, you're going to have the probabilities on your side, and it's going to lead to consistent profitability, which is what we all want, right? So look here at the daily chart, NASDAQ, that was my first key level, the true average right there at 20,400. My next key level was 20,300 because that's where you had the near low at yesterday's lows, or envelope top. And my final level was 20,000, maybe 225. Those are my key levels. Let me get that exact level here. So yeah, 20,000, 218, something like that. So those are the levels, right? So level number one, well, we're day trading together. You watch the New York Open. I always use the higher time period chart here to anchor. So I wait for this, right? So I know that my first level is right there at 20,400. Let's put support. That's where that daily true average is coming across, right? You know that my next level was 20,300 and the final level was 20,218, right? We said something like that. I always put the support in blue. That's why these are blue. So these are those key daily levels. Now, you guys tell me what you see. Here, this is the first close of the New York session, 50,000 volume chart. Guys, I just wait for this to close. I always do that. Like, I don't have to rush into the party. I say, okay, if there's going to be support here somewhere, I want to see how this 50,000 volume chart is responding to its own levels. Well, guess what, guys? You had a huge break of these key extension DML supports, huge break on close of the 50,000. So as soon as that breaks, we're flipping this switch, guys, because the 50,000 is telling us it's not respecting those daily levels. It's not respecting its own levels. That's when you look for that and you go, there's the information. I'm going to start shorting now, right? Certainly down to at least that 2218 level, because at this point you you smashed through 20,400. And then you're waiting, how are we going to respond to 20,300? Well, we broke all that key support on the 50,000. Then you wait for, the 10,000 to pull back. Guys, we've got our playbooks, we've got our strategies for these types of situations, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. So I didn't trade this because I've been busy with all this other stuff. Been locked in my Topstep payouts. Still got about $10,000 in those 3 XFAs because I took about $10,000 in payouts, 9,300. So I've got like 9,300 left in there, right? So I'm gonna be waiting to trade those when I finally get Vol Pro Edge ready for launch. We're in the home stretch of that now. I'm putting all my mental energy on that right now. But I want to show you what I would see if we're sitting here in the live room together watching this level. You say, well, Andy, you had a bullish bias today. Yeah, but look at my intraday charts. They're telling me not to take that support to the long side. In fact, flip the switch, go short. So that's how we're going to play it, you guys. It's going to be super exciting. I can't wait. So NASDAQ, yeah, you look to go short. This thing's falling out of bed. Let's go ahead and let's look at the 10-year just to see what happened here today. And we'll look at gold, silver, and the dollar. Kind of curious. We'll let this load. All right, at the end of the video, guys, we'll do a sneak peek here on the trading view charts. I'll show you what we're working on. So I mean, the bond market was pretty quiet today. That's interesting. Don't really know what to make out of this right now, but certainly the indices are in their own little world right now. Looks like they want to head lower, so I'd be definitely in favor of the bear side for the indices against those levels. Bonds aren't really telling me much right now. Let's look at gold, see what gold did. Yeah, so gold kind of, I said we had a good short pattern. We were into some weekly resistance, short the rallies. Not a bad call there on gold at all. Didn't end up breaking support. It looks like gold is looking pretty similar to the 10-year treasury. You're kind of stuck in this holding pattern, waiting to see what's going to happen. Something's going on here, guys. I mean, right now, I'd probably be betting on gold to the downside, just because you've got a lot of resistance here in the 30-30 again. You still are pressing against that weekly true average right there, resistance. That monthly DML is starting to weigh on you, 30-40. So this looks like a pretty good resistance zone here on gold. And if stocks keep dropping, you could have a liquidity event, which would weigh on gold. So, it's not like a pattern. I wouldn't look at this and say, oh, I have to trade gold in the live trading room. Not at all. I would trade the indices tomorrow. They'd be my top picks, shorting rallies into those key levels. So gold, I wouldn't do anything, but if I was a gold trader and I really wanted to trade gold, I would just, be shorting as long as this 30-30 level was holding, and I'd look for a retest of these lows, if not a break, and a push down here to 29.96. So that's what I'd be looking for on gold. Let's go ahead and look at silver. I don't really have time for today. Let's look at silver because we called a short yesterday in silver. If you remember, I said it was one of my top picks because you had a really nice pattern, a lot of resistance. I said, yeah, silver's kind of looking like it should pick up this resistance and head down. I don't know if it did that. Let's check together. The key level right there, it kind of just hung out there. It definitely pushed up and held, but the resistance level is certainly in play there still for silver. But then with this little bar right here, I don't really know what to make of that. So I wouldn't do anything with silver the next 24 hours. Let's go ahead and jump down to the dollar. Let's look at crude real quick. Then we'll look at the dollar. Then we'll look at Bitcoin. We'll wrap it up. And I can get back to my family and just getting ready for this launch of Vol Pro Edge. I can't wait. Join the Discord. It's in the link below the video. Go to volproedge.com. The waiting list is there probably for another 24 hours. And then it's gone. If you're on there, you're going to get super discounts and personal attention. And it's just a cool group of people there that went on the waiting list. I really appreciate that support, you guys. So I'm giving back to you. And then once the waiting list is gone, the site will be up where we can launch Vol Pro Edge, which would be sweet. And yeah, I will show you the trading view charts, just a little sneak peek here at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. Here's crude. We got to let that load because we always know it takes a while. All right, so here's crude, and interesting. Crude just keeps grinding higher. Everything else fell out of bed today. You've got a really nice resistance area up here with crude. So I'd be looking to play the short side on crude for a move back down here like that, especially if indices continue to be risk off. So crude would definitely maybe be one of my top picks to watch in the live trading room tomorrow for sure. Resistance against the 70 area. Looking for a pretty big continuation move back down here to 68.80, trading against that trend to the upside on the daily because I'd be looking for congestion entrance down on crude because we're at some pretty good resistance levels on the monthly, the quarterly, and the yearly. The weekly is kind of just pushing up here, and I got to ask myself, where's this weekly going? Okay, yeah, we could keep going up, but I would be betting on the short side for crude for sure. So that'd be one of my top picks for tomorrow's live trading room. When we're in the live trading room, this is what I'm going to do. Make my top picks the day before, and then we're going to trade those picks in the room. Mostly it'll be the indices, NASDAQ specifically, but oftentimes we will have other markets like gold or crude or platinum or whatever's looking really good. All right, let's look at the dollar against the euro here and see what happened because we're getting a little bit of a mixed bag here. Indices got whacked today. The bond market didn't really do much. Gold and silver didn't do much. Crude pushed higher, and now crude is looking like it wants to reverse, I think. That's my pick for the next 24 hours. Okay, here you go. So the dollar did get stronger. We did not hold that support like I thought we could have. And it looks like this is probably, well, there you go. MSN wants to open up. I don't like these windows. Maybe somebody can tell Bill Gates. Anytime I hover my mouse, it brings that thing over. And it's like, here, watch the news. I'm like, how about no? Get out of my screen. So here you can see with the euro, wow, something's going on. That's pretty intense. Big break of support there with some follow through now to the downside. Strong dollar. That's the culprit here. There seems to be some kind of a fear trade. Be interesting to see if bonds bounce on the back of this as stocks continue to get hammered. And that's probably why gold and silver don't know what they want to do because you have some cross flows. You got money coming into gold and silver because it's a safe haven kind of gold more so than silver, but silver to some extent. But then silver is also getting hit by the industrial metal aspect. If indices are getting hit and there's a fear trade, so gold and silver look caught between these currents right now. Crude looks like a great short, just a great short, especially on the back of this dollar strength for sure. This dollar strength, looks like it gives us more confidence in the short side on the indices, NASDAQ, ES. So really cool to see that. See, guys, this is how we just adapt it every single day. We're just doing our thing. We're doing our analysis. We're putting the pieces together. We come in with our top picks. We go to the live trading room. We trade it. We make money. Not every day, but most days. And you just keep doing it again and again and again. Repetition is the key to success, right? As long as you're doing repetition on something that's good, that works, right? You don't want to do repetition on bad habits because then you get worse. But on good habits, like you got a system that works like Vol Pro Edge, you prepare every day with the end of day analysis. I'm going to give you guys notes when you're members. You're going to not only get my full analysis for all the futures markets, go over my top picks, what we're preparing for the next day in New York session. You're going to get my notes delivered to you. You're going to discuss it all with the members who have taken the course. And yeah, Andy's seeing this. What do you guys, think about this? We're going to be able to discuss it as a community because after the course and after several weeks and a couple months in the live trading room, the end of day analysis, you guys are going to start getting up to speed on what this is all about and how it works. And then every night we're going to be able to discuss these things together, right? It's going to be awesome. I can't wait. All right, so let's just wrap it up here with Bitcoin. I mean, I had a pretty strong support level there on Bitcoin. I can't remember the exact number. We'll see when it loads, but I'm guessing Bitcoin got whacked today. Strong dollar, indices falling out of bed. Probably Bitcoin broke some key support. I don't know. Let's see. I have no idea. We're going to load it here. It's pretty interesting. Bitcoin held up pretty well considering. I mean, really interesting. I think I said the strong support level I liked on Bitcoin was right in here at 86,450. I think I said that somewhere right in there, maybe 86,3. Ended up being a pretty good spot. There was some support there. It's kind of in between here. I think it's stuck between these cross currents like gold and silver. I'd be careful. I wouldn't trade Bitcoin the next 24 hours. So summarize, crude is my top pick for a short. I like that. The indices, I'd definitely be looking to short top picks as well into those key levels. And now we got some more clarity and now the energy's down and that's how we look to play it. And we wait for our levels and see when the intraday charts are confirming and we take action, right? It's a beautiful thing. All right, let's go ahead and look at the trading view charts. A sneak peek for you guys. One second, we set these up. All right, so here's a sneak peek at our Vol Pro Edge trading view charts. They look pretty darn cool, if I say so myself. Hats off to my programmer. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, so you can see trading view here. We got the yearly chart to the far left, quarterly here, monthly, weekly, daily. You will notice that some of the levels are different, and that's because trading view uses, they've got different volume information than Sierra charts. But that's not going to be a problem for us because in the end, you're using all these charts together anyway. So if we're going to be trading with the trading view levels, those are the levels we're watching. If we're trading with the Sierra charts levels, those are the levels we're watching. Either way, it's about using the intraday charts to confirm the levels you're watching on the higher time period. But generally speaking, they're quite in sync here. I've done some pretty thorough testing in terms of matching up Sierra charts to trading view. And again, they're not going to be perfect because they have different volume information on all these charts. They calculate different aspects of the volume in different ways, and it just, it is what it is. one day, guys, you know, as Vol Pro Edge grows here over the next few months, we will probably just have our own server, our own data. You know, we'll license data, and then we'll have our own charting package, and it'll be like, you know, for your monthly subscriber fee or whatever, you just get Vol Pro Edge on, you know, your Vol Pro Edge charting package. Is probably the direction I'm going to go, because then we'll be able to set it up to use the best volume information for our inputs that we like. Because TradingView, Sierra, they're all going to have slightly different, you know, volume inputs, but it's neither here nor there. It's looking really cool, super pumped. The middle of the envelope right now is like a stepper thing, but I'll change that to the normal line with the dots and everything. But yeah, just digging it. There it is with TradingView. You can see the Nasdaq, you know, very very similar here, um, giving us, you know, it's telling us probably it wants to head down. So yeah, that's it. That's what we're working on, guys. I hope we are able to launch here very, very soon. I'm working really, really hard. It's a lot of stuff to set up, and I just can't wait to get into the live trading room, you know. But I got to be able to, I got to go to bed early. I got to wake up and go for a long run on the beach and surf a little bit, and then be with you guys by 7:30 a.m. my time, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Get ready to trade. So I got to have all this stuff done. So boom, we can focus on the live trading, which I can't wait for. All right, you guys, that's it. Have a great evening. I'll be in the Discord. Link in the description if you haven't joined. And let's see what the next 24 hours has in show. Take care, you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your support. Like, share, subscribe. It really helps the channel. I appreciate it a lot. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. I try to answer all of you, and just I give what I got to try and help you guys as a thank you for supporting, you know, my work and the channel and everything else. So thanks a lot.